This is a great way to participate in class without actually participating in class. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a part 2 to a video that I previously did. I've noticed that you are all very interested in my school-related videos, and specifically the how to participate in class when you're shy video has really blown up, so I thought I'd come on here and do a part 2 and give you guys a few more tips for this school year. So with that being said, let's get started. So the first tip that I would say is very beneficial to participating in class when you're shy is to make sure that you're sitting at the front of the class. Now this one gets overlooked all the time, especially if you're somebody who's shy. Why would you want to sit in the front of class? I know I never did. And honestly, it does make a difference. If you're the person that always likes to sit in the middle or back of the class, it's way harder to participate in class just in general, and then being shy on top of that makes it super hard for a few different reasons. The first being that if you're all the way at the back of the class, then if you try to participate, you're going to be basically speaking downwards to everybody. They're going to be looking back at you. It's just way more intimidating than if you're in the front of the class. It feels more like you're just speaking to your teacher or prof, and it's just way less intimidating in that sense. And then also when you're sitting in the back of the class, it's much harder to get noticed if you do want to participate, and sometimes it can be intimidating if you put up your hand to participate and you don't get picked and then you kind of give up. But if you're at the front of the class, the teacher will see you right away and will know that you want to participate, so it just makes the whole process easier, so it's less intimidating and a lot more comfortable to participate and be seen by your teacher. The second tip that I can give you guys is to volunteer for activities. So you know when your teacher or prof puts it out to the class and says, who would like to come up and draw on the board? Who would like to give an example? Who would like to, whatever it might be, some sort of question where the teacher throws it out to the classroom to participate and be a volunteer for some sort of activity. I know those can be kind of intimidating, but it's a great way to participate if you're shy, because sometimes it's a lot easier to participate in an activity that has already been chosen and planned by the teacher than it is to come up with your own thoughts and share those to the class. And then also, a lot of the times with these activities, when you are participating, it's really the teacher or prof that's doing a lot of the talking and you're just kind of there. So it makes it a little bit easier if you're nervous to talk too much, and you can kind of work with your teacher throughout the activity rather than participating, sharing your thoughts where it's just you and you alone and everybody's just looking at you to speak. So I find that that's a super helpful way that I used so much when I was in university and high school to participate in class, because it's easy and it's just a great way to break out of your shell and out of your shyness in a way that's a little bit more informal and a little bit more fun through an activity. And then the last tip that I want to share with you is to speak to your prof or teacher before or after class. This is a great way to participate in class without actually participating in class. So why I love this method of participating is that it takes out that intimidation factor of talking in front of the entire class and kind of warms you up for getting to that point where you can do that. So if it's intimidating at first to talk in front of the entire class, if you go to your prof or teacher before the class and just tell them, hey, I found X really interesting in the reading from last night or from last week or from the assignment or from whatever it might be, and just spark up a little bit of a conversation between you and the teacher before class starts, then it already seems in their head like you're already participating before class even starts, and really just helps as an icebreaker to make you feel more comfortable with your teacher and increases your chances of feeling comfortable to participate during class as well. And then you can also do it after class if you're more comfortable that way and say a similar thing, say something about the lecture or about something that was discussed in class. Just go to your teacher or prof and tell them something you found interesting from the lesson and just kind of have a conversation with them that way. That way they know that you are thinking, you're paying attention during class, you want to participate, and it will really leave a good impression in their mind. And again, same thing, it will kind of open you up to feeling more comfortable to participate during the class, and just is a great icebreaker for speaking to your prof and speaking in the class in general. So those are 3 more tips that I think are super helpful for participating in class when you're shy. Again, I said in my first video, but I will say it again here, I know exactly how you feel. I was that person where I was so scared to participate in class, but then when I got to university, it was part of my marks and I had to figure out how to do that. So these are some of the tips that I used and that worked really well. And eventually, as I used more and more of these throughout the school year and throughout each semester, I found participating in class becoming way easier and also way less intimidating. So try some of these out, and if you haven't already, make sure to check out part 1. I will link that down below, and at the end of this video, if you haven't checked that one out already, there are a bunch more tips that I share in that video and that I think are really helpful for participating in class as well. So yeah, thank you for tuning in and watching. If you have any questions about some of the tips that I mentioned in this video, you can comment those down below, or if you just want to share some of your experiences trying to participate in class while also being shy, comment those down below and I will make sure to reply to all of your comments. And if you need any more advice videos on school, university, life in general, I have a few playlists for those, so I will also link those down below so you can check them out if you would like some more advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!